Hey, homies. Um, this is something I thought of earlier. And I just remembered about it because I saw some fucking Unreal Engine sort of pish. I was watching someone speedrun Spyro 2, and I was thinking, unlike Crash Bandicoot, which I think probably could maybe get another sequel, I honestly believe that Spyro the Dragon series, like the one, two, the Spyro the Dragon, Spyro Gateway to Glimmer, and Year of the Dragon are they're really really good games. Don't get me wrong, but I would hate to see them bring back Spyro, and I really don't think Spyro can work. And I guess some of this really can be put down to nostalgia. But I think even at the time, right? Okay. I'm getting it the wrong way. I'm thinking of it this wrong way, right? Explain this wrong. Here's the deal, right? Spyro's aesthetics are one of the things that makes it so special to me. Even at the time, it was that simple. It was even quite simple at the time, like really obvious low polygons, simple colors, just simple gradients for textures. It's a really, really simple game, and it just played really well. And I really don't think. I think that kind of gameplay. I think the simple gameplay is and the simple aesthetic was really what made that game really special, right? And the reason I noticed this, by the way, just to give some context, is when I was watching the speedrun, there's a trick. I don't know much about Sonic 2, not Spyro 2 speedruns, so don't fucking shoot me down for this, anyone that's in the know. But I saw this guy do some jumps and clip out of bounds, and then he was like gliding through the air. Then he went underwater. He'd like got in some water, and then he could fly, right? But when he clipped out of bounds, you could see it. Like normally, when you clip out of bounds, obviously, like the walls become most of the walls become like transparent and stuff like that, where you can go and it's pretty cool. But it didn't look too out of place, and you could really see how the levels were shaped, and the whole thing was really, really simple. And obviously, PS1, it's gonna be simple, right? But even at the time, I think I noticed how simple it was, and it was just it goes back to what I always think about really, really good. Um, from my point of view, it's creative projects, but from like normal people's point of views, it's like creative works. I get creative works, right? I feel like a lot of the time the feel is more important than the actual details of it. The details add to the feel of it, right? Spyro is really light-hearted. It's really simple. The core mechanics are the, to defeat enemies. Most enemies, except for bosses, I guess bosses are pretty much the same as well. But you either in each level you either breathe fire on them. You can either kill them with fire, or you can kill them with charging into them with your head, or a combination of both. In Spyro 3, obviously, with the new power ups, but Spyro 2, that's what you had, right? You had, like, maybe if the person had a shield that was made out of metal, you couldn't breathe fire because it would just, like, light them up a wee bit. So you had to charge into them, but bigger enemies, you had to shoot fire at them instead of bumping into them because, you know, they were big. So it made sense. It was technical limitations, very simple gameplay, very simple platforming. It was a very good collectathon, and it was a really simple aesthetic. But what made it really good was the design of it, the fact that the feel you got from the music, from the attitude, from the characters, the fact that it was voice acted for one thing, and seeing this Unreal Engine 4, it just doesn't make any sense because most games you're like, oh my god, that's what it would look like if they made it now. And sure, yeah, whatever. That's what maybe Spyro the Dragon would look like if they made it now. But it's not the same. It's not the same. And not just because I'm adamant it's not because of nostalgia, because I can normally tell if I'm nostalgic about something, right? But it really, really is just a wee bit to do with the fact that simplicity just makes it, I reckon. The only hope I can think of from Spyro, and it would never happen in a million years. Not even a wee bit, right? Not even like wee bit, right? The only way that I would really like the Spyro games again, if they made new ones, is if they made them with that simple aesthetic. They could make them in HD. I mean, preferably they do them on the 3DS, and it'd be like a really, really cool. That'd be a really cool idea, actually. Do them in the 3DS, do them in the simple style, because I think a lot of PS1 games, PS2 games could be recreated in. I know it's weird for PlayStation, but recreated in that handheld space to have these kind of simplistic games on the go. But they don't do it because obviously that's not what the market's like. But if they were to recreate it, like maybe they're doing it on they're doing a remake on the PS4. Make it the eShop title, right? Make it low polygons, or I don't know, because low polygons were the fact that the low polygons were because of the challenges, the limitations of the system. It wasn't to do with style or anything. But that's what made the style. They worked the style around it, so maybe. Maybe if they no cell shaded wouldn't work either. I was thinking cell shaded, but cell shaded seems so overdone lately. I think they need to make a really, 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 really cool. They should just fucking strip it out, make such a simple Spyro design. Don't make him. I don't want to see his fucking scales. I don't want to see all the fire effects. I want like an like a reimagining, but with the same mindset. You gotta work within. You've not got those limitations anymore, so scrap the limitations, but keep it a simple design. Keep very simple gameplay, new worlds, music that you really grow to love. The best thing about the game, right? The best thing about the Spyro games, right? To me personally, right, is the fact this Spyro is running low, so I'm gonna have to cut it in a second. Is the fact that each level is like a character in an RPG. What I mean by that is, in a good RPG, you'll start to give a fuck about the characters by the end of the game. You'll love the characters, and when you look back, you'll think, wow, that character was good. Like Sabin out of fucking Final Fantasy VI, or like I don't know, whatever, right? Spyro's a lot like that. Like Scorch with those two twins. So much fun in that level. I swear to God, I love that level. And Skeleto's Badlands, my favourite level, because obviously I used to be loads into fire and lava and stuff like that. I used to love all that aesthetic back in the day, and that really stood out to me. And it's that simple mind frame that a lot of these games have failed. I don't know if the same would recreate with Crash Bandicoot. I think they need to stop making stuff with too much attitude and too much changes and bring it into the new world. Just keep it simple. Keep it like everyone loves. Update it to the new audience so people don't look at it and be like, what the fuck is that? And just focus on the feel. Focus on the feel, keep it simple, keep it fun. That is the main point. I'm gonna cut it there, because this is the most on point video log I've ever made in my life, so very focused. There you go. Spyro. Bring back Spyro 2016, Spyro the Year of the Dragon, PS4, simple, perfect. I don't know.